So there are some of the newer packs. Let me show you some of the older packs now. Hey, what's up? It's Jared, the MTG Ninja. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about buy listing and selling your cards. So if you're watching this video, obviously you know how expensive it can be to be a Magic player or a Magic collector. I mentioned in my last video how I'm trying to collect some different things. For example, I'm trying to collect a loose booster pack from every set all the way back to revised. That's one thing I'm working on. Another thing I'm working on is a whole set of revised, so every single card from the set of revised. And I'm also working on some modern decks because I like to play Magic as well. And so all of those things can cost a lot of money. And so lately for me, so that I'm not just pulling money straight out of my bank account, what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to sell some cards. And specifically, I've tried out doing a buy list with Card Kingdom. Now in the past, I've buy listed with Star City Games and sold some cards to them. I've also done a few buy lists with my local game store, but I've heard some really good things about doing a buy list with Card Kingdom, and I've heard from other people that have been building up their credit on Card Kingdom to the point where they have enough credit to buy things like reserve list cards, dual lands, vintage sealed product, and even Power 9 cards. And for me, it makes sense to use Card Kingdom to get my loose booster packs because they take the booster packs straight from sealed boxes, and so you know that they haven't been searched. So when you go to Card Kingdom's website, you'll see right away that they have some cards listed that are on their hot buy list. And every now and then I'll see some cards that I'm actually looking to sell. And it's nice because when there are some cards that are going up in price, they'll be listing them on their hot list and you can get more credit for them. So if you go to sell cards and then you go to MTG singles foils, that's where you can see all of the cards that they want to buy. And I usually have it sorted by most popular. And if you're specifically looking to sell some cards, say from standard, you can put in standard for the edition and you'll just see standard cards. Or if you're looking to sell modern cards, you can go in and put modern, and then it'll just show you cards from the modern format. Now, usually I just do all editions and I sort it by most popular. And then I kind of scroll through and see if there's anything that I have to sell. Now, if you have some cards in mind that you want to sell already, what you can do is you can just go to the title and type in the card that you want to sell. So let's say, for example, I want to sell some Lotus Petals. Here you can see that if I sold it for cash, I could get $12 for a near mint Lotus Petal. And if I sold it for credit, I could get $15.60. So then what you would do is if you wanted to sell 2 of those, you just put in the quantity of 2 and add them to the cart. And so it's showing us how much we can get for 2 near mint Lotus Petals, which is either $24 in cash, or with the 30% store credit bonus, you could get $31.20 for 2 near mint Lotus Petals. So let's talk about grading with Card Kingdom. So if you go to sell cards and then go down to selling instructions, you can see down at the bottom there's a grading guide. So if you click on grading guide, you can see that they have their different grades listed out and they have pictures of the different grades. Now, if you're used to using TCG player grades, this is a little bit different. Near mint is the same, but then after near mint, instead of something like lightly played, they go down to excellent, EX. And then after that, instead of going down to moderately played or something like that, they go down to very good, down to good as their last one, or G. And so what I did with my cards was before I sent them off, I went through each card, looking at them and trying to see what grade I would give them personally, because I wanted to compare that to what grades Card Kingdom ended up giving them once I sent them in. And honestly, I think all of the cards that I had were kind of in the lightly played to kind of borderline moderately played condition. On some of them, I had maybe 3 or 4 cards that were near mint, but then most of the other ones probably fell into the lightly played or, moderately played plus condition. So knowing that, then I sent them into Card Kingdom, and here's how they came back. So I ended up getting 1, 2, 3, 4 graded as near mint. Almost all the rest were graded as EX, and then I got 1 necromancy card from Visions that was graded as VG. So for the most part, I think they all came out pretty close to what I graded them. But what I would say is that when you go and look at their pictures in their grading guide, for example, the first one, which is near mint, and you look at it, that to me, they have it listed as near mint, but obviously that looks more like lightly played for sure because it has so much edge and corner wear. So I would not say that they grade their cards like that. I would look at the second picture, which has, you know, barely any edge or corner wear, a little bit at the bottom and maybe one up on the side. But that's probably more accurate to what they grade as, because I definitely had some cards that were like the first picture that I would say were in the lightly played condition, and they definitely did not grade them as near mint. So the ones that they graded as near mint from my cards had either no nicks or edge wear at all, or maybe like 1 or 2 tiny nicks. And then going into their EX condition, this first picture actually has quite a bit of edge and corner wear. And then the second picture shows you that there's, you know, some surface scratches and little dents. Again, I would say this would be the very worst that they would grade it in the EX condition. And honestly, if they probably got a card in that had this exact condition, they would probably put it in VG, at least from what I saw with my buy list. So definitely take those pictures that they have with a grain of salt. So to sum up, I think the original amount that they gave me or quoted me originally was $264, and that would have been if all my cards were at near mint condition, which I knew that most of them weren't. And so I ended up getting, after the grading, I ended up getting $222. And so honestly, I think I did pretty good, because I think when I sent it off, I was like, if I get anything over $200 for this, then I think I did pretty good. And so yeah, I think it turned out pretty good for me. All right, so let me actually show you what I ended up getting with that credit from my buy list. I think that's it. All right, so we got a Return to Ravnica booster pack, a Dark Ascension, a Guilds of Ravnica, we got a Dominaria, an Almond Kit, Khans of Tarkir, Gate Crash, and those are all the newish ones. Looks like the older ones they put in this nicer packaging just to protect them a little bit. But I got a 4th edition pack, which is from around the time period where I started. And we have a pack from the Dark. Which this was definitely the most expensive. Oh, and it's interesting. It looks like it's got a little bit of a, I don't know if you can see it. I think it goes out of focus as soon as I bring it sideways, but it looks like it's got a little bit of curve to it. Well, this is a really old pack, but yeah, so altogether that's what I was able to get with that over $200 in credit that they gave me from those cards, and I feel good about it. You know, I got 2 really old packs, and I got a whole bunch other packs to add to my pack collection that I'm working on. And so yeah, if I had that little pile of cards and wanted to trade it for these, I would say that's a good trade in my eyes. You guys might think different and you can let me know in the comments. So I actually wanted to show you guys the booster pack collection and how it's going so far. So let me lay out some of these boosters because I thought it would be fun for you guys to see some of them. So there are some of the newer packs. Let me show you some of the older packs now. You guys saw this one. I also have an Ice Age, which I've got in an acrylic case right now. You guys saw the 4th edition as well. And you saw the dark. But then the last ones I've got an Urza's Destiny, but this is in French, which my dad actually picked up when he was traveling through France. I think there was a game store just right by the Eiffel Tower or something, is what he said. Anyway, so this is a pack that he picked up in France. And then the last pack that I have is a pack of Revised. And this one actually came from a booster box break. And so it hasn't been searched for sure. And that is it. That's kind of where I'm at right now, slowly working on some of the newer boosters and slowly working on some of the older boosters. I guess I'm coming from both ends. I know I've got a long ways to go, but yeah, it's fun collecting these, and the buy list credit has been a huge help in helping me fill in some of the gaps. If you guys have been working on anything with your buy list credit, I'd love to hear what you've been getting in the comments. So yeah, let me know in the comments. And if you haven't, like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.